Hey guys, the entire market is still bearish with some select stocks that have been oscillating and would have given you trading opportunities. So what are the stocks that you've requested? Let's check it out. So, good evening everyone. We're in for another update on what's happening on the PSEI and also the stocks that you sent via social media. So now let's break down the PSEI as of today. So for those who've been following what's happening in the markets, you've noticed that the PSEI had a very good bounce from it hitting below 7.5, but it started to push up as what we've seen over the last large green candle, which happened 2 candlesticks ago or 2 trading days ago, which followed suit by today, where we had a very large candle pushing the markets higher. But here's the thing, and for those who've been analyzing the trend and also the range from the PSEI, 2 things. Number 1, we're still bearish. We still haven't escaped the downtrend. So if you are a position trader, don't worry, you're not missing out because the market is still bearish and there's no reason or rhyme yet for you to actually come in. Now, if you are a quick trader, and for those who've been following it from a range perspective, I've mentioned that in a couple of videos that should it bounce from 7.5, it will attack and go to the next resistance at 7.7. For those who've attended the Stock Smart sessions, I've mentioned that every time a stock would bounce from a certain support level, the next place that it will try to go to is the resistance, which in this case is at 7.7, and you have a stronger one at 7.9. So what does that mean from a support and resistance perspective? 7.7 is weaker than 7.9. However, it will still show us some sort of selling pressure over the next few days. Now, one thing that we need to find out, or we need to watch out for, is the 7.7 resistance something that's very strong, or is it something that is not as strong that as it pushes towards 7.7, it will have enough buying power to bring it to 7,900. A lot of the oscillators are still showing that the market is still bearish, but you have a couple of price and momentum oscillators showing us a change in direction. So is that change in direction strong enough to be able to break the 7.7 level? We will have to find out. But here's the thing, if it fails to break out from 7.7 and you have position, it's not wrong, it's not bad for you to actually sell, it's not wrong, it's not bad for you to take profits. However, if it breaks out of 7.7, hold on to your positions. There's a possibility that we could see the market move up to around 7,900 over the short term. Should it break out to 7.9, let me update you on a possible move over the next few days as well. Alright, so we've tackled the PSEI. Let's now go to the top stocks that you've requested over social media. So if you're new to this page, or if you're new to this YouTube channel, subscribe and like so you get updated. I normally do this stocks by request, where we feature the top stocks that have been voted via social media at my website marvingurmo.com. So the top stocks, we post them, we analyze them, and I hope that as we go through them, you're also analyzing it and you're studying it from your own trading platform or from your own charting tool, so that you get to have a chance to also study it, so that it's not just spoon feeding, but it allows you to be able to grow as your portfolio is growing. Because I believe that your skills should match your experience. Your experience also should match the level of money that you're putting as well, so that you grow as your money is growing. So the first stock that I'd like to talk about is Smph Holdings. A lot of you have requested it. True enough, it has been in a good bounce, no? After it broke past the very strong resistance last May 11, after it has broken past that, we've seen the stock start to push up, start to become bullish. However, it started to consolidate sometime in May. Now, here's the thing, the stock is up, however, it's also back to its short-term resistance at 38. I mentioned this in previous videos that the closer it is, 38, 39, 39.2, you will experience a level of selling. Again, 38, 39, 39.2, there's a level of selling there. That's relatively a resistance level for Smph Holdings. So why am I saying this? If you see Smph go down over the next few days, you don't need to be shocked, you don't need to react negatively, because it's all part of the game. Smph is close to the resistance. Smph also, from price and momentum oscillator perspective, there's a change in direction downward as denoted by the chart. But again, so the closer it is to the resistance, as a trader, our goal is to stay away from it. If you have position when it dropped a few days ago, it can be a take profit signal for you as well. Now, from a position trading perspective, the stock pretty much is still in an uptrend. The stock is still pretty much bullish. So position traders, no sell signal. quick traders, again, please respect the resistance levels at 38, 39, 39.2. So the closer you are to those levels, or the closer it is to those levels, you may experience some selling, some sort of selling for the stock as well. Now, Vita. Let's look at Vita. Vita Rich. Let me see. Vita Rich closed the day at 3.05, which places it up at 5.54% up with a value turnover 52 million, which is somehow respectable. Whatever movement you're seeing for Vita is pretty much because it is sitting at the support level. I repeat, whatever movement that you're seeing for Vita is because it's pretty much at the support level for the stock. I repeat, whatever price movement that you are seeing for Vita is because it's pretty much at the support level for the stock. So again, at 2.8, 2.9, the stock is pretty much bouncing. So the closing price that you saw today at 3.05 is because it bounced from the support at the 2.8, 2.9 level. So why am I saying this? For those who bought Vita 2.8, 2.9, the movement that you will see, the movement that you are seeing upward is because of its bounce from those levels. So moving from 2.8, 2.9, target price resistance could be seen at around 3.8 pesos per share. So again, because of the bounce from the 2.8, 2.9 levels, your resistance is at 3.8. You bought at 2.8, 2.9, your target price is 3.8. You can take profits there. However, please take note of this. If it fails over the next 3 days to hold 2.8, 2.9, and you bought at those levels, you may need to sell, you may need to cut loss. So the level that we're seeing now, 2.8, 2.9 support level, goes below that, sell. If it stays above that, it continues its movement upward, it continues its bounce, target price is 3.8. So it's a relatively far movement upward, no, but it's still worth, I think it's still worth the price of admission as of this point in time. So now we're off to our next stock. Now let's talk about Bloom. Bloom today was pretty much amazing, no? It had a large move up since yesterday, and today it closed at 11.5, up 6.28% with a value turnover of 215 million, which you all know me, I'm a sucker for stocks that have very, very large turnovers, because the larger the turnover, the larger the volume, the better it is on a general perspective. Now, let's try to break down what we're seeing in Bloom. We all know that Bloom dropped but went back from its support level, from breaking out from its support level or from the resistance level just a few days ago. The reason why it's up is because number one, it's oversold. Number two, you have momentum and price oscillator showing us a change in direction. Now, the close at 11.5 shows us one thing, that there's a very, very strong resistance at the 11.5 level for Bloom. So what does that mean for all of us? If it breaks out of 11.5, good news for a lot of position traders. The stock again moves back from bearish to bullish. The stock again has a new lease in life. The stock again has reversed from bearish to bullish. If you are a position trader, you'd be happy because the stock minimized its movement downward. If it stays above 11.5, I really believe it has its next chance and movement is to attack 12.8 pesos per share over the short term. So a couple of things. If it goes above 11.5, 11.6, that means it breaks out of the very, very strong resistance. If it moves up 11.5, 11.6, the stock now moves from bearish to bullish once again. So watch out for the 11.5 level. If it breaks past that and you are a position trader, it's a welcome signal to buy. If it does not, you are a position trader, stay away first because it reiterates that the stock is still bearish. However, if it fails to also break out of 11.5, you are a quick trader and you position because it was oversold the past few days. You need to sell. You need to take profits because there's a potential that it can go back down to below 10.8 pesos per share over the short term. So that's Bloom. We've talked about the index. We've talked about SM Prime, which is close to its resistance as of this point in time. We've talked about Vita and its upside. Then we've talked about Bloom. The next stock that I'd like to talk about to end the stocks by request is Tugs or Harbor Star. Harbor Star again bounced from the 3.6 level, and the movement that you're seeing, you are seeing today is pretty much because of it being close at the support level for the stock. So the stock closed at 3.78%. It's up 2.72 pesos, 2.72%, which is good and which is also confirming the support at 3.6. So for those who bought from the bounce of 3.6, your target price is still at 4 pesos per share. So why am I saying this? This play for Tugs is not for position traders. The stock pretty much from a trend perspective is not showing us any reversals upward yet. I'll update you. Should it break out of 4, it might change my recommendation for position traders for Tugs. But as of this point in time, this is not a play for position traders. This is just a play for quick traders. Those who bought at 3.6, your target price is 4. As long as Tugs would continue its progression up, set your sights on 4. If it breaks out of 4, hold your positions, as I believe the next target price as a quick trader will be at 4.4. Fails to break out of 4, you are a quick trader, take profits for the stock. Alright, so that ends our stocks by request for the day, but I'm pretty excited for Melbourne, StockSmart's Melbourne happening this. We're gonna have the sessions Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but there will be already a roundtable session on Friday. So if you're from the area, you know any kababayans that are from Melbourne, Australia, please invite them to the event. We'd really like to see a lot of Filipinos really just trade the markets with confidence. For those who are coming, thank you so much for investing not just of your resources but also of your time. When I get back to Manila, we'll kick off already our June edition of StockSmart's Manila. So 4 sessions of technical and fundamental analysis. Then after that, I'll fly quickly to Cebu. But first week of July, I'll be in Qatar for a couple of sessions of StockSmart and also the AFP program. Then after that, it will be at the end of the month, I'll be in Hong Kong. Then the first week of August, I'll do StockSmart's Iloilo. So if you're in any of the areas, I hope to meet you. And again, I say this all the time, no, your greatest weapon in terms of investing, in terms of business, is really about how much you know, because at the end of the day, you can never go wrong when you invest in yourself. You are your greatest asset, and the more you feed yourself, the better financial decisions you will make. So that's it for now. God bless you all, and I hope that this week will be one of your greatest weeks yet. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. Marvin Germo from BGC. See you all again soon.